first guest, a very beautiful and talented actress who's best known for her work on the series The Gilmore Girls. These days, she's starring in the new show Parenthood. It airs Tuesday nights right here on NBC. Please welcome the always vivacious Lauren Graham. Lauren, come on. Peel that orange. You look good, baby. How you doing?
I would say it's almost a tomato.
Tomato
sure.
works too.
But harder to peel, I guess.
Yeah, it is harder to peel a tomato, but ultimately, well, never mind. Never mind. Now, your co-star, Craig T. Nelson, he was just here on Friday.
Oh, I saw him talk about how he doesn't prefer to pay taxes, and we were all very scared at the Parenthood show, but yeah. he's just an awesome guy.
Yeah.
A great actor.
Well, he's sort of he's like an older hippie, isn't he? He's kind of a hippie kind of guy.
Work's going to be great tomorrow when I tell him you called him an older hippie.
Well.
No, yeah.
I mean, he's
an original. He really is.
Yeah. He's a great guy.
We were all obsessed with him at work, actually, because of his, I don't know, just his spirit, you know, and it's really also fun to call things something T. Nelson, you know. It's like it's one thing to be cold, but it's much better to be cold T. Nelson.
Yeah. See,
wait, let's try one more. Let's try one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Like you can go, oh crap, or you can go, Crappers T. Nelson.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun? Try it.
Yeah, I think, you know, that's what happens when you're on the set too long, you know what I mean? It's like a writer's meeting. I remember we were up one night, and for some reason, we thought this is the most hilarious joke. You know, there's a bunch of guys, like 2 in the morning, and there was a Beverly Hills clinic that get implants in an hour called Jiffy Boob. Well, for some reason, you know, and I told my wife, buddy, you know, I don't know. It just
is she
work.
Like your comedy tester?
Yeah, she's a good comedy.
Funny,
well, she's a good comedy tester to what's over the line.
Right.
Know, like,
and Jiffy Boob was too far.
A bunch of guys, Jiffy Boob. I mean, hey, honey. Okay, and you know. Now you've been on this show many times.
Yeah. Well, not that many. I mean, not so many that I feel confident that. Do you remember the last time that I saw you? Well, I'm afraid that you're mad at me. I'll tell you.
No, why?
Because I saw you at something like maybe presenting at the Emmys or something.
Yeah.
And you were in the waiting room. You were all by yourself.
Okay.
And I walked by you and I thought, I didn't know if you would recognize me because we've only been on the show. It's like running into your teacher at the supermarket or something. Not really. And
Actually, but no, I know that
you know what I mean?
because I used to do that when I was a kid. You go, "That's Mrs. Johnson. She's buying groceries.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here."
Yeah.
You know, and you
and
run away.
I panicked because I thought in my mind, I just know when people come up to me. So I didn't say hi to you, and then later I thought maybe now he thinks I'm that jerk who doesn't say hi to people, you know, because I think I'm so important from the Tonight Show or whatever. But no, because people come up to me, you know, about Gilmore Girls, and they quote lines and they say their favorite episodes, and they're like, hey, remember the episode where you talked a whole lot? You know, and I'm like, remember the episode where you had a daughter? And I'm like, what? I'm like,
yeah.
I don't remember anything, and, you know, I felt it was going to be like that.
Well, I get that. You know, like 5 years ago, my cousin waved at you at traffic. Do you remember that?
What?
And you just go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was he?
Meanwhile, I thought you were actually saying that your cousin waved to me, and I was like, I can't believe I didn't wave back.
I'm telling you the story.
Yes, I get it. But you know, the first time we met, I just want to talk about you the whole time. I hope that's okay.
Okay, what was the first time we met?
Well, you must remember this. I will be sad if you do not remember this, because no pressure. Because I had just moved to LA.
Yes.
And I was driving what then was my dream car.
Right.
Which was, of course, a red and white Volkswagen Cabriolet.
Oh, that's a nice car.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't have it anymore. With a white convertible top.
Right. Okay.
And first of all, pale Irish people should not have a convertible in Los Angeles. Terrible idea. But I pulled up to a stoplight, and my friend said, oh, some comedian wants to talk to you, and it was you.
It was me.
And you said, excuse me, you have a tail light out.
Oh,
and
yes.
It was like my big break happened before I was ready, you know?
Right.
Because I was like, it's my big break. I'll say something witty and wonderful, and he'll say, who are you, young actress? You should be on the show.
Right.
And so I said, hi, Jay Leno. Awesome. And then I said, do you want a piece of my bagel?
And that could mean almost anything in
I know,
L.A.
but I really meant it.
Like if you were a Jewish girl, that could mean a whole different thing.
But I was like, hey, I was trying to be all sassy. Maybe that's why it took me another, like, 10 years to get here. But,
No. And did you ever get the taillight fixed? I'm curious.
well, I probably just sold the car.
Just sold the car.
Yeah.
Look, we'll take a break. Hold it on. Welcome back. Talking with Lauren Graham from Parenthood. Now, you were just on Broadway. How was that? That must have been something.
I was on Broadway in a revival of Guys and Dolls. It was the most amazing experience in my life and also one of the most difficult.
Really?
It's a really hard just toll it takes on your body, and you know, you're always worried about getting sick, and you know, you come in contact with all kinds of people who go to the theater, and all of whom we were so thankful for, except one night we did have a lady, because our orchestra was in the back, so the people were right up close to the stage, and we had a lady, this is a loud musical, you know, fall asleep, and so, and her head, like, was pretty much, like, almost, like, to the stage, and you become, like, you know, you've done the show long enough, you just start getting, you can, you know, focus on two things at the same time, so I'm kind of like, da-da-da-da, really? Like, I'm trying to, like, give her a little tap dance by her head, you know, to wake her up. And, you know, it's amazing, people film everything now. And
I know, it's awful.
It's awful, it's really distracting, and, because you can see that red light, and you know, you just start thinking, like, what am I going to look like on YouTube? Like, you're not, you know, you get distracted, and we had this, like, right down in the front one night, I could see this red light flashing, and I came off stage, and I said, please, go get this person, you know, it's just
we got a
wrecking
camera, sure.
our scene, and they came back, the stage manager came back, and he said, well, the good news is we've shut the light down. The bad news is it was an 80-year-old woman's birthday, and it was her birthday pin that was flashing happy birthday. Like, happy birthday, Gertrude, you're going to the Slammer, you know? I was like, get her out of here. So it was something I'm glad I did.
Now, was it, you know, I remember as a kid.
Not kicked her out. I'm glad I did the show.
When I was a kid, I remember my parents took me to see My Fair Lady, Rex Harrison. And everybody in the theater was in a suit and tie. People now are like slobs when they go out. And they talk, and you find it really much ruder?
It's just, you know, like everything, people are so used to entertainment. I guess some of the kind of the ceremony has gone out of it. But I always loved the theater. That's what I grew up wanting to do.
So
and
night after night, what was that like?
Night after night is just physically exhausting. And, you know, you hear all these stories of what you're supposed to do, like Patti LuPone, this great Broadway star, apparently doesn't talk at all on Monday, on her day off, which challenging for me. But so I tried to... You're supposed to speak in a whisper. Save your voice. You're supposed to save your voice. But then, like, I kept thinking, like, what if I get in a really bad fight with somebody, you know, and I'll just be like, I'm really mad at you.
Right,
I'm really mad at you.
Or,
know?
Are we supposed to, as an emergency? Fire.
I know. Or you're going to see your favorite team. Go team.
Yeah.
Go team is what I'm saying.
You know what's more amazing to me is you actually worry about things like this. I find that even more fascinating. You think, oh, I'd like to save my voice, but what if there was a fire? You know, you could actually speak on that occation.
No,
I mean,
you're right.
There's no legal, no one's going, oh, Your Honor, she spoke on Monday.
No, but that's how afraid you get on Broadway. You're like, I'm not upholding the history of, exactly.
Tradition of the theater.
Of the theater.
Yeah, or the theater, as my dad used to say.
Right.
You're going to the theater.
Yeah.
Now tell us about Parenthood. Tell us about who you play, the whole deal.
So it's about this great, crazy extended family, and our parents are Craig T. Nelson and Bonnie Bedelia, and it's 4 siblings who are all amazing. And I play a mom of these 2 kids who leaves her, has no job, has no, you know, father figure for these kids, and so the only choice she has is to move back home in with her parents, which is just feels, you know, doesn't feel good to anyone at any age over 25, and so that's where the story starts. It's been great to work on.
Now we have a clip from an upcoming episode. That's what this is. You know what this clip is?
I think this is Peter Krause, who plays my brother, and and we're discussing about private times between 2 people.
Let's take a look. Yes. There you go. show is on tomorrow night, Tuesday nights, 10. Well, thank you. Always a pleasure.
So
Be right back with Karl Rove.